SMT Nation, we back. Nation, we got big news. Really, it's breaking within the last several hours. The FCC has gone ahead and assigned the Spectrum Auction 108 licenses for the T-Mobile N41, the 5G UC capacity. Right, they've been waiting for this. It's finally being assigned. T-Mobile will officially have access to these licenses at this time. Big announcement, big news. Let's talk about it here in today's video. I went ahead and shared this. The members, the patrons, they knew all about this, as of last night. And now it's the nation, the whole nation gets to know. All right, let's talk about it here in today's video. The image here that you guys see on the screen capture is the first page of the document for the 2.5 gigahertz frequency assignment from Spectrum Auction 108. Now, I went through it, and just very generally speaking, if I could characterize these Spectrum licenses, let me just say this. It's really rural, right? I would characterize a majority of the licenses available in places I have never heard of before. Maybe some of you have, right? A lot of the locations are in rural Alabama, rural Ohio. To kind of share some things with you, one of the few places in Ohio that I knew of, I live in Ohio, and I've lived in Ohio my whole life. One of the few places that I would consider to not be rural is like Sandusky. I think there was a license or two there. That's good for T-Mobile because, they got to serve the theme park, Cedar Point. So that's going to help a little bit. I think I saw one in Coshocton, which is a neighboring city just outside of my county. But again, it's kind of ruralish. These are small towns, the suburban, rural sort of, I did see some Boulder, Colorado stuff. I saw some El Paso, but I saw like Mariposa, California, like cities I never heard of. Is going to really help these folks because it's going to do two things. It's going to offer a more capacitive wireless network experience for people using their cell phones. And it's going to help folks that could potentially have a 5G home internet option to compete with DSL, crappy cable, overpriced internet, or just, not working, unreliable. Who knows what the situation may be. So here it is, right? Apparently all it took was a negotiation and some tactics from AT&T. And, T-Mobile caved in, gave up some spectrum so that AT&T could have some, mid-band in Hawaii. And literally the next day, boom, look where we're at. Literally, like within 24, 48 hours, magic happens from the FCC. So for anybody who has been doubtful, I'll just put it nicely. Really, the word I want to use is stubborn. It was AT&T the whole way. They wanted to leverage the spectrum screen, say that T-Mobile had an unfair advantage. They got their way. They now have spectrum. T-Mobile had to divest it. They're going to sell it, obviously, but it will be made available to AT&T. They'll be able to offer a better network experience in Hawaii, and I don't know what that amount is. I don't know. It could be 5 megahertz, 10 megahertz, 20 megahertz. I don't know. And it might be split between Verizon and AT&T. It might just go to AT&T. I don't know. But whatever the case may be, it is official. The Spectrum Auction 108 licenses are now assigned to T-Mobile officially. And things just got a whole lot better. With the fragmented nature of the AT&T network, it really made the T-Mobile capacity experience as you traveled or moved around these places, it made it very inconsistent. So because you were basically going from like gigabit speed in places where they have 140 to 180 megahertz of N41 to like 100 megabits per second in places where they only had like 27 megahertz of it or 40 megahertz of it, right? They were limited. They couldn't do home internet. Now they can. There's a lot of winning in this. I'm happy to see this is finally behind us, and very excited for the folks who could use this upgrade. And of course, T-Mobile already has N41 radio gear up on tower sites, so this is literally going to be an update, and you are ready to go. Just a little bit of tuning for those licenses, and we are golden. Expect these upgrades to show almost immediately, maybe as early as next week. Be on the lookout for these upgrades. Sound off in the comments section below. You all the voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.